Hi, I'm Kelly at Book and Paper Arts, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful cabbage rose out of paper. And I'm just using old scrap paper. This is not vintage. It is from a Reader's Digest atlas from the 70s. And if you look around a couple of thrift stores, you're going to find these, and they're cheap, and you can use them for a lot of stuff. Let's see. So I tore the pages into. This is very, very approximate. You can do different sizes, but I did approximately 4.5 inches by the size of the rest of the page after it was trimmed. Ish. I then crumpled it into a ball. I mean, I squashed the heck out of it. Really, really tight. Opened it back up and then flattened it out again a little bit. And the reason that I squash it like that and wrinkle it, there's a couple of reasons. One, I like it aesthetically, the shabby chicness. But more importantly, when you crush it like that, you loosen up some of the fibers in there, and they're going to bend and be more forgiving, which is also what happens when you get these crinkles in there. They're folds, valleys, mountains, and all of those are going to help you when you start rolling for your paper to be more forgiving and less likely to snap or tear, which it probably will, unless you're lucky. So then I took these and then I just, with a glue stick, just glued the strips together end to end. So this is about 3 pages worth. For my stem, I'm going to use a brochette. Get these anywhere, any supermarket. And you could use something else if you want. I use twigs if I can find the right one. So just look around you and see what would make a good stem. To tack it together, I'm going to use a glue gun. Now, time was that I did not want a glue gun. I thought they were sort of silly. And then I had to buy one for a design team project. And boy, was I wrong, because I love my glue gun. And I use it a lot, especially for mixed media. So I'm sorry. We're going to get started here. I'm going to put my brochette about halfway across my paper-ish. And you want to really be generous with the glue at this point, because this is going to be the base of the whole darn thing. So just hold it in place. You may very well burn your fingers a little. That's just the way that goes. Oh, you could probably, I don't think you could use PVA for this. I do think you could use double-sided tape, possibly a glue stick, but I've just done that for years with a glue gun. Now that you've got the base, I'm going to fold that down. And from here on, it's super inexact. You're going on intuition, and you're just going to start rolling. And feeding. And then after a couple of rolls around, you're going to start opening it up just a little. This is very hard to describe. There is no mathematical equation I can give you for this. You just want to tack down every 2 or 3 times you go around. Hold it so that it takes. And then just make it look pretty and structurally like what you think a rose looks like. I'm just going to bend that down a little bit to make it more like the size of the center. It will grow bigger as we go. And now I'm going to do it in double time. So that turned out pretty good. I'm happy with that. I am going to show you now another version. If you think you've already got the hang of the folding, then you may want to skip ahead to the near the end, and I'm going to show how to finish this a little bit. Or you can stick with me and watch while I make a boutonniere or a corsage using the same technique. I do want to apologize in advance for the silence during the double time part of folding. I don't have any ambient music, so I hope you like the sound of folding paper as much as I do. Or you can mute. This is just simply some dictionary pages. You could use some text as well, out of any book. And it's about 3.5 inches wide. For the stem, because this is going to be either a corsage, here's one I've made that is a corsage, and you would use a corsage pin to attach it to your frock. Or you can make it into a boutonniere, which I often do, sometimes do, if someone asks me and I really like them. For a boutonniere, I am using, this is florist wire. And you can get it in a florist, or you can get it in a craft store or a gardening shop sort of thing. Let's see. It is wire, so I'm folding it. And that's also making it more strong and heavy for wear. And if I'm doing a corsage, I really don't want a whole lot hanging over. But for a boutonniere, it's actually going to thread into someone's jacket pocket. I'm going to leave a little bit more exposed. So again, you want to start off just putting it in the middle here. Folding it over. And then giving it a couple of good rolls there to get the center started. I am going to go roll this in double time and be back. Now that they're finished, you just want to kind of go around, and I like to squash the bottom and make sure that it's as tight as I can get it. And then I might glue a little bit more just to make that hold together. Let's see, that one's got a little glitch, so I'll probably glue that down. Just go around, see if you can fluff it or spread the leaves or fold the leaves more tightly. Just make it look pretty. If you have any little rips, you can either embrace them because flowers sometimes tear, or you can fold them down a little bit and hide them. You do not have to finish this on the bottom really, because once it's in a vase or a buttonhole, that's not going to show. But if you want to, you could either wrap it with some florist tape, which is green and really flexible, and I don't have any, or something else. I'm using gauze, but you could use tissue paper or ribbon or what have you. And I'm just going to tack it on here. I love gauze because it's messy, shabby chic, and forgiving. So it's sort of like the craft version of baby's breath in a bouquet. So I can tie it like that, and then once it's pinned on, it's just going to have this nice little fluffy nest. If you like paper arts, please subscribe to my channel. I post every Friday. Also, I have an online newsletter with paper arts and art journal art stuff too. And the link to that is below. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback, and happy making.